Hi, I'm Joe. People don't get good enough sleep, and I want to talk about how we can sleep better. A study in 2016 in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Morbidity and Mortality weekly report said 1 in 3 people are not getting good enough sleep. Good enough sleep being 7 hours or more for an adult. Getting good sleep regulates metabolism, rebuilds muscles, and re-energizes your body. Before you fall asleep watching this video, smash that like button. The inability to fall asleep is called insomnia. Speaking to a friend who does have insomnia, he said not getting enough sleep makes him depressed and just feel negative. But when he does get good sleep, it makes him feel better and more motivated. So why is not getting enough sleep a problem? Approximately 25% of Americans develop insomnia every year. This is an ongoing statistic, meaning more and more people are getting less and less sleep. 1 in 4. 1 in 4. Sleep is involved in repairing your heart and your blood vessels. So getting less than 6 hours of sleep a night on a regular basis can heighten risks of diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. The consequences are not just limited to yourself. Insomnia is a major factor in the amount of road accidents that happen every year. So not getting enough sleep can put other people's lives at risk. Good sleepers have better concentration, a better athletic performance, and a lower chance of developing depression and other mental distress. I theorize that more and more young people are going to get less and less sleep and value it as much as we should value sleep. Back in the day, well, I'd say back in the day, I'm not that old, but back in the day, children used to go out and play in the park, go outside, run around, and all of this physical activity takes toll on their body, and they come back in, and when it's time to go to sleep, they can fall asleep really easily because they are physically tired. But nowadays, more or less every child has some kind of tablet or an iPad or something, some screen that they have access to, which they are on most of the time instead of doing more physical activity. This means they might not be as tired or just stay up looking at that screen. Obviously this is something small, but there is nothing stopping it from developing into a serious problem when they grow into an adult. Popularity of social media and streaming websites like Instagram and Netflix has almost all of us in bed either scrolling or watching something. Sometimes we are there for a lot longer than intended and therefore losing crucial sleep time and time our bodies need to rest and recover so we have energy for the next day. So how can we sleep better? This is probably why you clicked on the video, so let's get into it. Your phone. Blue light that's emitted from your phone screen or any other screen for that matter particularly disturbs our circadian rhythm, our wake and sleep cycle. I think I said that right. Because blue light helps us stay awake and stimulated during the day because it suppresses the release of melatonin, a hormone that helps us get to sleep, and thus making it so hard to fall asleep when we're exposed to so much blue light in bed late at night. And this is the first step to getting better sleep. Cut that blue light out. You can easily do this on your smartphone. I'm pretty sure all of you have a smartphone. So if you go onto your settings, you can find a night mode, which cuts out as much blue light as possible from your screen. You can set it so that it automatically turns on in the evening and turns back off when you wake up. Completely cutting out screens all at once can be uncomfortable and overwhelming, so this is just the first step. A good first step. So what do you do if you're not looking at a screen? Scientists recommend doing something relaxing like reading a book or listening to music or a podcast for around 40 to 60 minutes before you actually go to sleep. The reason being this will make you more drowsy and sleepy and not just tired. You can still be tired and find it hard to go to sleep. It is also recommended you don't do this while you're in bed, so do it somewhere else in the room or in a completely different room to the one that you sleep in. By not reading or listening while you're in bed, you're training your brain to only associate sleep with your bed, making it easier for you to fall asleep every time you hit the bed. Hit the hay. And if you're not drowsy, don't go to bed. Keep reading or keep listening. A couple of videos ago, I told you that having a sleeping schedule where you wake up and go to sleep roughly around the same time is so much better for your sleep. So what does that mean? This is an exaggeration, but you'll get the point. Let's say that I go to sleep at 11 o'clock every day and wake up for 8 o'clock every day in the morning so I can get to work by 9. If on a Saturday I decide I want to sleep in for an extra couple of hours and I decide to wake up at 10 o'clock, That night, if I try to go to sleep at 11 o'clock, I won't be able to do so because my desire for sleep is not as strong as it would have been if I woke up at 8 o'clock. But after 2 hours, maybe at 1 AM, I might actually fall asleep. And then again on Sunday, I decide I want an extra couple of hours of sleep. It's my day off, you know, I worked hard during the week. So instead of waking up at 10, I decide to wake up at 12. That night, I'm not gonna have enough desire to sleep at 11 or even 1. So I might end up falling asleep at 3 AM. But because I have work on Monday, I have to be up at 8, which means I only get 5 hours of sleep. Whereas on Friday, I got 9 hours of sleep. Only having 5 hours of sleep could make me tired and sloppy in the morning and even make me unproductive at work, which could lead to a bad domino effect. The lost productivity related to insomnia cost the US economy $63 billion. $63 billion. A year, I forgot, a year. That extreme example I just gave to you was actually looked into by some researchers at Örebro University, I think I said that correct, who studied teenagers who jet lagged themselves over the weekend using the same principle that I just told you. Sleeping to a schedule helps us regulate our circadian rhythm, which means more melatonin is secreted without repression, leading to a more satisfying and fulfilling sleep, and better concentration and productivity. What? Sorry, that took me like a billion tries, oh my god. One last little tip, turn away your alarm clocks. During the night you have heavy and light periods of sleep, and there are times where you become semi-awake and sometimes even awake, fully awake for some of you. And at that time, if you're looking at an alarm clock and looking at the time, it can make you more frustrated and make it harder to fall back asleep. Turn it away and get back to zing. Did you know the period of sleep where you are most likely to dream, your eyes are going like this, and your legs and arms are paralyzed? Or almost. Hopefully with these tips you can go to sleep easier and have a better sleep. And I hope you learned something about the importance of sleep and having a nice, good, healthy sleeping pattern. And if you did find some value, remember to smash that like button, and then when you're down there, you might as well just click the subscribe. You know what I mean? Most of you aren't subscribed, so click it, hit the little bell icon so you know when I upload. And thank you for watching. I have been Joe, and I'll see you next week.